Hi, welcome back to the Becoming Rich podcast. It is season 2, everybody. We are in season 2. This is a space for becoming rich in self-worth, love, and the life you truly desire. You guys, it has been a while. It's been a while since we've done an episode. I have been dying to get on here and get an episode out because I have so much I need to say. I have so much I need to share. It's been a while. I took a break. A lot of things have happened. A lot of changes have happened. And I feel like this makes sense to make it a season 2 starting here because literally I feel like we're in season 2 of not season 2, but a major life change. You guys, first of all, I'm not using my microphone today because it's not working. I don't know what's happening. There's just so much that we need to talk about. So we just need to get into it. Stat. Major life update. I'm in a relationship. Okay. I found the love of my life. And that's really what this episode is going to be wrapped around because I need to get it in everyone's heads, aka past version of me. I'm screaming at you. The work works. I honestly feel like a completely different version now sitting here with you. Everything that I used to talk about, everything that I used to believe in, everything I used to hope to be true is here. I'm living it. I'm literally living proof of everything I've wanted for years, you guys. All of my 20s, I just dreamed of this moment and I'm just here. And it's here. It's happening. And I'm like, phew. It would really bother me hearing advice from people, love advice from people who didn't really have it hard. They maybe were in a couple bad relationships and they ended up with the love of their life at 25, even 28, just in your 20s, actually, just in your 20s. They would give advice when you least expect it and, you have to just do this and just do that. Blah, blah. And it's but it happened so easily for them. It would just frustrate me because for me, it didn't happen that way. I had to be so patient for literally a decade. Okay. Literally a decade. And I also didn't come from a family that had your typical, mother and father relationship that I had an example of the love that I wanted. Just on the social media, all around me, I just didn't have really good examples. And because that was kind of my foundation, and just living in Toronto, if you live in Toronto, you kind of know, it's not even Toronto, I think it's just society right now. There's not the best examples of love and relationships and men out there. So it kind of sets us up for failure, to be honest. I want this episode to be a reminder and really serve as proof that the work works, that choosing yourself works, that becoming the woman of your dreams is what's going to attract the man of your dreams. Because I have been preaching this for so long. If you look back, not just on my podcast, but on my YouTube videos, I used to preach this day in, day out. I would talk about this. You need to become the version that is going to be in alignment with the man of your dreams. But just that in general, not just the man, but the life of your dreams. And I would preach this out of delusion, to be honest. I didn't have actual proof. I started to get proof as I was getting older and more into my journey. Because the more I healed, the more work I put into myself, into my self-development, I started to attract better caliber of men and I started to experience better experiences in my life. I was just happier. I was a happier version of myself. So I knew that the work was working, but I didn't have the actual solid proof of okay, now you have a husband. I was putting in all this work in myself and it still wasn't happening for me. And so it's really actually just shifted my entire perspective on love and relationships. It has shifted everything, everything. The way that I look at things now is so different now that I've actually experienced it. Because again, I was kind of trying to talk through what I've heard and the wisdom that I understood, but not from actual true embodiment. And now I feel I'm actually embodying the message that I preach. So now I feel it's now you gotta listen to me. Now it's not just bullshit. Okay, now I know what I'm saying. Because the old version of me would not have actually believed that I would get this. I always knew deep down that this is what I wanted. Like, this is the dream that I always wanted. Like, the kind of man, you guys, the kind of man that I'm in a relationship with, like, I I literally can't believe it, but like at the same time, I can believe it because this is what I've scripted about for years. Like, I've scripted about the exact caliber of man that he was going to be is what I wanted. And he just like arrived in my life. And the old version of me, didn't just get lucky. She was not always this version in relationships. It was a journey. It was progress, like to get to where I'm at today, to be able to attract what I've attracted. Doesn't mean that he's perfect. He is perfect I think he's perfect. I think he's perfect for me because I also can recognize his imperfections, and my imperfections, how they perfectly just align with each other to heal each other. Like, that's what relationships are meant for, are meant to heal you and to evolve you and to grow as souls. So it's perfect, but it's healthy. So, because I think that like that perfectness that I just described can actually be for any alignment in any relationship that happens, even when it's toxic. It actually is perfect because its purpose is to trigger you in order to heal you, if you choose. Because you could also be in a triggering relationship and not learn any lessons if you just choose to repeat patterns over and over and over again and just stay in that cycle. Once you choose yourself and you break that cycle and you learn the lessons that it's meant to teach you, that's when you get to grow and evolve, and it's absolutely perfect. Back then, I used to attract emotionally unavailable men. I used to become overly attached to people and to men. I would really confuse, or I didn't really care about inconsistency with men. Like, the way that they would treat me wouldn't matter. Like, it wouldn't matter. I would just crave the attention and the validation and the need for just love. Like, I needed love so badly outside of myself that I was willing to accept anything and any poor behavior. I didn't know my own self-worth. I didn't have any boundaries. I didn't have any standards. So I was just continuously accepting really poor behavior. And that kept me stuck because I kept showing the universe that this is what I was okay with. This is what I was okay because I was accepting it. So what was the universe continuously providing me with? That garbaggio. I just shrunk myself and I tried to become the version that could be loved, which was just what I thought could potentially be loved. So whatever was getting attention is how I was conforming myself into being. I wasn't being fully myself, which, mind you, I didn't even know who I was fully at that time. And I think it's like a continuous journey of like learning more about yourself, which I think I'm still on. Obviously, I think that we do that until the day we die. But deep down, I never felt chosen. I always felt like I was trying so hard for people that like deep down I knew that I didn't want to be with. That's the problem. I never wanted to be with them, if I'm being like completely honest. But I just needed something outside of me to prove that I was valuable, to prove that I was worthy. The only reason why I needed someone outside of me to prove that to myself is because I didn't believe it. Once I believed it internally, I knew my worth. I knew who I was. I didn't need that anymore. So it like cut off the attachments that I had with people outside of me, and I became satisfied within myself. So that shift, once I started doing all this internal work, I stopped even questioning who that person was that I needed. I just kind of let it go. I just really let go of like, I just got tired. I really got tired. I cut it all off. I was like, enough is enough. And I focused all my energy on myself, on my own growth, on my own path. And once I then put all my energy into myself, I could then actually get even more clear on the kind of person that I wanted to attract into my life. And then once I got clear on like the kind of person that like I actually want, I had to match that, right? I had to be energetically aligned with that person on a frequency level. You can't attract people that aren't in your frequency. And that is a lot of taking accountability on yourself, because everything I just described of the people that I would attract in the past, that's who I attracted based off of my frequency, based off of my worthy of what I believe that I was worthy of. A lot of us want to just blame the outside, like blame these people for treating us bad, for, acting a certain way, blah, blah, blah. Blame them all you want. You are the only one who chose to be with that person, who chose to stay with that person. The responsibility is in your hands. Like, that's just the truth. And the second that you take your power back and you make yourself responsible for your life, because you are, once you're taking your power back, the control now is in your hands. And that means that you can now shift. You can now decide, if I want different, how do I need to change? You can't change other people. That's not your responsibility. Your responsibility in this lifetime is to change yourself. That's all you can do. You can obviously, work with other people. No one's going to be perfect, right? The relationship that I'm in, again, I said my man is perfect, but his imperfections, I am so willing to accept him and accept where he has cracks, because I have cracks too. I'm a human being. And if I wasn't willing to accept his cracks, I don't know why I'm calling them cracks, but if I was willing to accept his cracks, it's because I want him to accept my cracks. And it's not that we're going to be okay with having these cracks. This is I'm just going to keep going with this analogy, but if we just had these cracks, we're okay with it. We're okay with it because we're going to be the kind of people that are going to fill those cracks up, and that's going to make us stronger. We're not just going to hang around with these cracks all the day long. I'm going to support him. I'm going to love him and help him heal those cracks, help heal those wounds. The same way he's going to do with me. I'm willing to do that as long as it's not going to tear me apart. You know what I mean? There's boundaries that you have to keep with yourself. There's levels to it, right? Not everyone has the emotional capacity to hold that for another person, but also some people just don't want to, right? There's levels of what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. For me and my relationship, I feel like we're so aligned. We're just so aligned. The places that he has wounds, to me, it's so easy for me to hold him in those. I just have no problem with it. And then same thing with me, my wounds and the things that I was so afraid to just have him hold me in. He does it so easily, and he's, oh my God, he's just so incredible. And I just, the way that we were able to hold each other in those broken parts of us is how we're now going to be able to grow together. And it's just the most beautiful thing. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. Another part of my journey, which was right before I met my man, was accepting the fact that I can actually be in a healthy, happy relationship without being perfect. I think that I got so obsessed with the self-development world and building my career, building my life, that I really put a relationship to the side because I believed so strongly that it was going to happen when it was meant to happen. I mean, maybe I also wasn't even sure if it was going to happen. And so then I didn't want to waste all my time, being desperate or just being sad about wanting it. So I just ignored even the desire for a man, that I just focus on myself. And I really love my life. I love my life so much. And the fulfillment that I found within myself, with my entire life and everything that I achieved for myself, that energy obviously is the key to attracting everything that you want. But the second that I actually acknowledged that I had the desire for a relationship, for a man, and I brought that back, that's when he came into my life. And I had the desire, but I didn't obsess over it. I just made it clear, okay, this is the kind of guy that I want. And it literally happened. Like, I kind of want to read my journal. I actually want to read my journal too, guys. Hold on. As I've been diving deep into figuring out what my soul purpose is, I know that it's through sharing stories and helping other people. If you've been feeling like you're meant for more in your life, in your relationships, in your love, in your mindset, then I got you, because that was me too. Everything really changed for me when I stopped trying to do it on my own and I invested in myself and in the right support. Every successful person has a team of support, whether that's coaches, healers, whatever feels aligned for you. I'm a firm believer in finding that circle for yourself. Whether that's a mentorship space, money and mindset healing, or even energetic deep healing work like Reiki to regulate your nervous system and help you detach and let go of what no longer serves, I'm here to offer you my coaches and my support team, because the way that it's changed my life, I want to do the same for you. So if you're serious about deeper healing, more intentional healing, actual change, quicker, faster, easier, then I would recommend booking a call with me. You can book on the screen or in the show notes, and I can direct you to finding you an aligned coach or mentor, or you can just find their links are all going to be there. Everyone's information is going to be there for you. So you can go ahead. You will have money off as well. And now let's get back to the episode. Guys, I'm so excited. Okay, so I journaled about him a few days before I met him. Okay, dream man / dream life. So the things that I kind of wrote was like very specific, like very, very specific things, but a lot of it was just how I feel with him. So I wrote things like, hold on. Okay. I wrote a lot here, but I wrote about my life in general. I'm so happy. I'm falling in love. I feel so adored, so safe, so special. I'm so grateful that I've attracted such a sexy, tall, respectful, smart, funny boyfriend. He's so generous and loves taking care of me. I feel so safe. I feel seen. I feel appreciated. I feel chosen. I'm so loved. I'm so adored. I'm so grateful to be in such a healthy and loving relationship. I knew this was always meant for me. I've come such a long way. I'm so proud of myself and all the work that I've done. You guys. Okay, that was just like a snippet of my scripting journal, which is obviously like affirmations that I was just rambling. I was just rambling, like journaling everything, but like that's how I wanted to feel in the relationship. Like I wanted to be with someone that I would feel that way. Now, I had doubts when I would write that. Like I definitely doubted as I was writing, because even though I did have semi-proof of attracting better men, I was not attracting like the man that I like dreamed of like actually becoming my husband, like my ultimate like lifetime partner. And that's who I was scripting. Like I feel so seen, I feel heard. I wanted him to be emotionally intelligent. Like please, like allow him to understand, like have a good mindset to understand me and like be open-minded and kind, and just, oh my God, to be romantic, and just like the way that he is, like, oh my God, it's so crazy. Like I cried so much the first few weeks that I met him, because I was like in shock. Like I was literally in shock, and I'm still in shock, to be honest. Like I'm still in shock that I'm in this relationship with this guy. And I just honestly wish that I could meet my younger version of myself and just like let her know. Like just let her know, because if I would have known, and like this is the message I want to get out, okay? If I would have known that this man was gonna be waiting for me at 32 years old. First of all, 32 years old was literally a death sentence. Like that was my biggest nightmare, was to find the love of my life at 32. 32! So then I gotta get married, I gotta have kids. When's that gonna happen? When I'm 45? When I'm 60? Like that was my worst nightmare. But now that I'm 32, I'm realizing like these numbers and this like timeline doesn't matter. Like of course, like for the health of having children, like, we got to speed things up a little bit. But I would rather choose my partner first and make sure that he's healthy and stable and amazing and incredible, because that is who I'm choosing, that is going to raise my children, that's going to provide a safe and happy life for me, which affects your health in every way, okay? And the person that, I'm sure you guys have heard this before, but the person that's going to be there and support you through everything that you go through life, through the loss of your parents, that partner is going to be there for you. And if you end up settling for someone because you want to have kids, because you want to get married, because you want this exterior life, like what you see on the surface, and you just settle for someone that's not going to be able to emotionally hold you, you're going to feel empty the rest of your life. You are not going to have that best friend to live life with when everything kind of like slows down and you only have the two of you. Because at the end of the day, it's just going to be you two. It's just going to be you two at the end of the day. When all the distractions and everything right now that you're building kind of fades, it's just going to be you two. So how do you communicate? How is your love? Like, what is your love actually like? Obviously, everything happens for a reason in the timing that it's meant to. The reason that I had to go through that for as long as I did is because my lesson ended up taking that long. Unfortunately, that's how long it took. But if I just had the wisdom that I do now, then I would have stopped repeating the pattern, okay? I would have cut off every loser that I was entertaining. Also, you know what I used to do? I used to continue, and I know so many of you are doing this, okay? Continue to entertain the people that are not for you and aren't for you, that are maybe mediocre, you think they're okay, but they're just giving you attention. I would cut them off the second I knew it wasn't everything that I wanted. Everything that I wanted. Because there is someone out there that has everything that you want. Everything. And I am not going to back down from this because I have found someone that has everything that I want. Everything. You are worthy of finding the person that is everything that you want. And the only way that you're going to get that is if you stop entertaining the ones that are not for you. You're going to have to be lonely. You're going to have to be bored. You're going to have to focus all your energy and your attention on yourself, on building yourself to be the best version possible. And it will come. It just will come. And I used to hate when people would tell me that, because I'd be like, well, I would just say that I'm doing it when I actually wasn't doing it. And I had to sit in that loneliness. I had to sit in it until it went away. I believe that if I wasn't going to meet my person at the moment that I met him, I would have just met him in another time. It would have just happened. And I also don't believe that if I would have sped things up, that maybe we would have met sooner, because he himself had to go through certain experiences to be who he is today. So we both were going along this journey like this, and we aligned right here, right? So like now that we're together, we get to grow together. But if I would have been meeting him at a different stage in my life, we might not have worked out, because him on a different part of his journey, he was not always who he is today, the same way that I was not always who I am today. We met each other in the perfect moment, And like, that's just now my understanding. Now when I see my life as an overview, I can understand that. I can understand why everything had to happen the way that it did. And that just goes with divine timing, like the tattoo that I have. It goes with divine timing. Everything happens when it's meant to. And that is like, I want to show you as an example that this shit is possible and it works. It's not possible, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. If you put the work on yourself and you focus on yourself and you change your mindset into knowing, you need to be so delusional, you need to brainwash yourself into believing that it is inevitable for you. You need to brainwash yourself, because like I said, I didn't really deep down I knew it was possible, but on the surface, I don't know if I really fully believed it. Like, I've never met a man like this. So if I've never met a man like this, how am I actually going to think that he's real? You know? I've never even seen him in like, maybe in like storybooks, but like never. Which is what makes him so special for me, you know? I think that's what makes people so special, is that like when they're rare, then it's like, I don't know, it just makes it like that much better. And like even just like my journey, it's like now I can overlook my entire journey and be so appreciative of the way that it all unfolded because I can appreciate him. Oh my God, I can appreciate him so much because of the experiences and the way that I was treated in my past. And then he can appreciate me so much because of his experiences in his past. We're basically like two givers that like now have met each other. Like we were always in relationships that we were not receiving the kind of love that we always deeply desired. And now we're together being able to give each other exactly what we've always dreamed of. And it's just like, oh, it's just the most beautiful, perfect thing ever. I'm sure you can tell through all my content how freaking happy I am. The crazy part is, even though I'm so happy, my state of being is consistent. It's consistent with the last episode that I did with Marley when I was in Mexico. That was right before I met him. I was on such a high. Like, life is so amazing and great, and that's how I felt then. So it's consistent. My state of being has been consistent. It's not like I was, oh, I'm so sad. Like, when is it going to happen? Like, all men are horrible. All men are trash. And then the love of my life arrived. Because it doesn't work like that. You have to become it in order to attract it. And that's with everything. You need to get into the frequency in order to match a frequency. Like attracts like. That's just how the game works. Once you understand the game, then you can manipulate it to getting everything that you want. So listen to me this time. Now I have the proof, and now we're going to listen to me, okay? I feel like I got everything that I wanted to say in this episode. I need this to be just a beautiful reminder that you're not behind, that you are right on time, that you are becoming, that you're worthy as you are now. The things that you want, the life that you want, all is in your hands. Okay, it's been so nice catching up. We are now going to be consistently every week, weekly episodes. We're doing this. I'm so excited. We might be changing locations because so much, you'll see it on the vlog. If you watch me on the vlog, you will see we are now renovating the new condo that I'm living in Toronto in my man's place. Well, it's actually my place now. So we will be moving things around, but I actually like the setup. The setup is kind of cute. Let me know what you think. Okay, I love you guys so much, and it was so amazing chatting with you. Okay, love you. Bye.